Just keep your eyes closed. Whether you keep your eyes closed or open, you must always be yourself. Whether the body is sitting down or walking, consciousness, awareness yourself is always the same, relatively. The body is steady, we're walking in space. The space immobile. Same way with your senses. Whether you are seeing with your eyes open or not seeing with your eyes closed, you are always conscious. Whether you are listening, your ears open, or you don't listen with yours closed, you are always conscious. Whether the thoughts appear to remind you something, or no thought appears to remind your past, to project into future. You are the presence, eternal presence, always there. So as you sit down, it must be instantaneous. Right away, you are yourself. In case you are not capable, by habit, other thoughts appearing, and unconsciously you are losing sight. That is where consciously you pick up a verse, na jayate mriyate va kadachit. The awareness, na jayate, never born, has no beginning. It never begins. Na mriyate, never ends. And that is what meditation is all about. Meditation, your being, doesn't begin to end. If your meditation begins where you consider closing the eyes or breathing, keeping quiet, sitting down in a posture, it looks as though your meditation begins with that. So when those things come to an end, your eyes open, you start moving, interacting, you think your meditation ends. Yourself and meditation, one and the same. Na jayate, never begins. Na mriyate, never ends. na bhutva bhuya avavita. Never born, nor it becomes again absent. There is no becoming, no change. Ajo nitya shashvatayam purana, unborn, eternal. Always existing as it is. Purayeva nava, always fresh. Sharira hanyamani, even when the body goes, it doesn't go. Even when the thoughts appear, meditation, yourself never ends. The end of thought marks the beginning of your meditation. The beginning of a thought will mark the end of your meditation. That is why you must see yourself who you are. A beginningless, endless existence. As you see for yourself, when eyes closed, as much you are with yourself, as even when the eyes open, as much restful, with thoughts present, that much restful, in the absence of a thought. As much restful in the presence of a body. While living through life, that much restful when the body is about to collapse. Body shall end. You don't begin with the body, nor do you end with it. Ajo nitya shashvatayam purana, unborn, eternal. Stunnanti divaistavaihi Vedishangapadakramopanishadaihi Gayanti yam samagaha Dhyanavastitadgatena manasa Shanti yam yoginaha Yasyantam navidusra suraganaha Tasmai namaha. न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचित् नायं भूत्वा भविता वा न भूयः अजो नित्यशाश्वतोऽयं पुराणः न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे वेदा विनाशिनं नित्यं यैनम् अजमव्ययम् कथं स पुरुषः पार्थ कं घातयति हन्तिकम् वेदा विनाशिनं नित्यम् यैनम् अजमव्ययम् कथं स पुरुषः पार्थ कं घातयति हन्तिकम् I hope you are seeing through these verses. Again, we shall see little elaborately today. The whole these verses here in the beginnings of the teaching, Bhagavan not only reveals the true nature of the individual, the Tvampada, but also very well connects it up with the roles that we play in life. Under the circumstances, in the context, he speaks the language of battle, death and life. Like this particular verse, or just before that where he says that Ubhauto na vijanati nayam hanti na hanyate hanta asit manyate hatam. That particular verse where you see that Yainam vetti hantaram yasyainam manyate hatam Ubhauto na vijanita nayam hanti na hanyate. One who thinks that he is killing, and the one who thinks he is getting killed, both of them do not know that the self neither kills nor killed. When this language comes of killing, understand it is contextual. One who feels is offending, other one who feels offended. Both of them do not know the self can neither offend or be offended. You put any verb there, understand that principle. You put any verb there. The person who thinks that is exploiting, the other person thinks is exploited. Both do not know that neither it can exploit nor it can be exploited. One who feels hurt, other fellow thinks is hurting. Both do not know that the self, the awareness, neither it hurts nor it can be hurt. The moment you forget yourself, the I, that is where these identification with the role becomes so strong, then only this idea begins that I hurt, I'm going to hurt somebody. You cannot. If I don't feel hurt, you cannot hurt me. You cannot insult somebody who doesn't feel insulted. You cannot punish somebody who doesn't feel punished. You must see that example clearly. You say, just take ordinary example. You say somebody, hey, you fatso. Now this man says, I'm not fat. My body is fat. It's not some sort of a joke, but a real understanding. Body is thin. Oh, he's telling thin. Body is thin. Considers himself too rich. He's talking about my riches. A poor man considers my material poverty. You know where to pass on what. Remember that example I had given you in the Vivek Chudamani classes. The postman collects all the letters the beginning of the day and carries the letters to be delivered in the proper address. At the end of the day, when he starts delivering every letter in the proper address, at the end of the day, no load to carry, because everything has been delivered in the proper address. Same thing also in your shopping bag. You go out, shopping few things, but end up with shopping 100 things. By the time you come back to your room, to your house, the big 5 shopping bags, you put it, dump it on the dining table. If somebody comes and looks at it, oh, how clumsy this house is. So many shopping bags on the dining table. Then what do? You take some time, open the bags, and keep things where they should belong. Toiletries in the toilets, groceries in the grocery, bedroom things in the bedroom, drawing room things in the drawing room. When everything where it should belong, you put it in the right place, place is clean. Throughout the day, people are talking to you. You fat man, give it to your body. Don't keep it. You smart one, intelligence. You rich man, give it to riches. You idiot, talking about my intelligence. Okay. You stupid. You Indian, nationality. You man, gender. As even people are delivering, you are parking it. Where is your load? Think. Let not you sit down there as a listener and you say, hey, tremendous, wonderful point. What is the next? No. That is where you make a mistake. You don't learn. Because a permanent student sitting there. Be the truth. Oh, this point is very nice. Wonderful. So you are now reveling in a point. So now new. New. So the old one is no more working. New medicine, right? Understand? The whole thing is about role playing. Take an example. Just make an example. Any example anywhere you can take. Anything you shall see. Now, we'll see now. You have come to ashram. Just an example, topical. You come to ashram. Why do you come to ashram? First day, why do you come to ashram? Definitely not to look at the peacock, or to look at the neem trees are there or not, herbal plants are there or not. Huh? Is there a dog there? No. First day, when you come to ashram, you decide to come to this place, you had an urge to get this knowledge. What is this life all about? What is this knowledge? You come to study, you come. I'm a student, mumukshu, desirous of knowledge, desirous of liberation, I come here. Now when you are, after reaching here, of course, your interaction begins with people. When interaction begins with people, you are playing so many roles. You are sitting down in your room, maybe you are listening to music, but yourself is a deceptive person. By chance somebody asks, what are you doing? I'm listening to Swamiji's talks. But you are listening to music. The fellow said, no, I can hear music. Suddenly you get angry. What are you talking? Immediately anger comes up. Why? Because now your one statement is challenged. What you are doing is different, what you are saying is different, and don't want it to be challenged. You go to the kitchen. That time you are going, another role. Person is eating the food. And somebody doesn't serve you or serves you, whichever way, the way you don't like it. You heavily react. So I, the person who was going to eat, affected, going. What happened? The purpose for which you came is forgotten. You go to the marketplace. Some auto fellow misbehaves with you, charges more. Think, charges more. You get so fed up, you come here and don't come to class. Why? Mentally not free, offended, loaded, disrespected, deceived. Right? Or why talk only about negative things? You come back, suddenly there is another person with whom you start talking and become very friendly. While talking, you forget that there is a class. Lost. What happened? And somebody points out to you, hey, how come you didn't come to the class? What's your problem? Are you getting that point, please? The original purpose is forgotten. Now I am busy. Who is looking where? Who is not doing what? Who is eating? Who is not eating? Whether the place is swept or not. Absolutely unconnected things. Only here? No, everywhere. You go to an office. Why do you go to office? Everybody says, why do you have to office? You want to do a job. Please see this clearly. You go to office. Why do you join an office? To do a job. Why do you want to do a job? So that you can get your salary. There is a prescribed, there is a particular prescribed salary is there. You get the salary, you go to do your job. Once you join, and you are supposed to do job for whom? For the factory. While doing job for your company, for your factory, you shall also be paid. But once you are into it for a month or two, now first you are interested in your interest, then company's interest. Why? My wife wants a diamond necklace. How I can make money out of my job? My children want a foreign holiday. How I shall make the money from the job? I want a motorcycle or a car. How I shall make a quick bucks from out of the job? When you joined for a company. Please understand. What happens? Everywhere you shall see that. Everywhere. The person forgets himself. You sit down. Why? I want to be in meditation by myself. Lose yourself in your thoughts. Meditation is not difficult. The easiest thing to be. To listen to silence, is it difficult? How difficult it is to listen to silence. Never absent, always there. But what happens? Sit down quietly trying to listen to silence. A squirrel will produce a noise, peacock will something, goes away. Your attention, whole attention goes away from the silence. All these little examples, please roll. You join a profession. You join the army. For what? Not to play flute. Train yourself. Fight the battle. Right during the fight, I cannot fight. Then why did you join? Nobody forced you to join. You join a mountaineering camp. Then you say, so hard. Then you think mountaineering coming, you have to climb a stone or what? You have to climb the mountain. Please see that. The individuality, this I, cheating itself, continuously cheating itself. That is why conflict comes. Conflict means understand. The moment you forget yourself, your role playing is completely gone. Anytime conflict comes in life, you have forgotten yourself. And you are no more playing the role. One particular role has become more important than the other roles. That is where your purpose is forgotten. I came to study. But my being respected, recognized becomes more important than my studying. What I eat has become more important than what I study. What I do or don't do has become more important than my contemplation. What is more important? That is where you shall start fighting with everybody. Suppose your purpose is to study and to be myself. Is it available? Yes. Take it. Not available? Disappear. Just disappear. Why? Because my purpose is not fulfilled. Don't say, why are you not doing what is? Hey, that is not the point. If you are so clear that what I come for, I don't get, disappear. Don't say the food should change, the professionals are not studying. That's not my point. I have come to a hospital to take care of my heart problem. I don't have to worry that man's leg is not taken care, that fellow is not lying down in proper bed. What is my problem? Let the hospital run it. I have come for my heart problem. Do they give me the best care for my heart? Yes, I stay. They do not, I go. Understand? When you are thus aware of yourself, you play every role. Like Arjuna is confused because not aware of himself. Why? Because he thinks he is killing and somebody is going to be killed. That's why Bhagavan again and again that language he uses. Don't think you can kill somebody. Why? They are already killed. For somebody to die, it is a waste of time to kill somebody. It is a total waste of time to kill somebody. Why? You allow him to live, you will die away. Suppose the person doesn't die, then oh boy, what to do, something must be done about it. You don't do anything. Just allow him to live, he will die. So don't think you are killing somebody. He is already killed. Bhagavan will say it in 11th chapter Gita, we shall see. Maya eva niyatah purvameva. Hey Arjuna, everybody has already been killed by me. Kalosmi, I am the time. Everything is already touched by time. Nimitta matram bhavasabhya sachin. Be an instrument in my hand. Because you are as much infinite as much everybody is. There was never a time when they were not, they are not, they shall not be. There is never a time when you are not, you shall not be. There is never a time when I was not, I am not, I shall not be. We are always there. We are always infinite, the absolute. But while playing through the role, we have got different circumstances. All of us are infinity. Like behind the stage, all of us are actors. Behind the scene, the drama, all of us are actors. There is a fraternity. How are you? Who are you? Everything. But the moment I come in, behind the stage, in the green room, all the actors, there is a camaraderie, fraternity. Rama and Ravana, who are you? Talking to each other nicely. And the moment they come to the stage, what happens? It's a role playing. Behind the stage, before the football game begins, players are friends. The moment they're in the field, ooh. Anywhere. Behind this facade of these roles that all of us are playing, every one of his consciousness. So which role is good or bad? It so happened there is a kingdom. We all inhabit the same earth. Please see. All of us inhabit the same earth. Confusions have started. We divided it for our convenience. Ishvara. We divided for our convenience. 7 continents, 7 seas. Where is the line? In the continent there are countries and countries and countries. Districts, villages, homes, rooms. Why? So that I can have a room. You can have a room. Convenience. If each one stays in his own place and does his own job, excellent. But now suddenly I say, I must have the second one also. That means you should be denied. I want that country also, it will be denied. Just see. The moment you start encroaching on somebody's privacy, property, naturally the person has to defend. Suppose it doesn't defend, it becomes jungle, rule of the jungle. Might is right. That is why laws. Understand? A cultured, civilized society is where all these possibilities are seen. All these possibilities are seen. So every person is protected. And he has a right for self-defense. If it is not so, one person can be a rogue. Like Duryodhana. Now they want to take the whole kingdom. That time, the person, suppose each one remembers himself. You will not unnecessarily encroach into somebody's property, misbehave with somebody, try to exploit or destroy somebody. Why? Because you are happy with yourself. You are happy with yourself. You are happy with yourself. You are not only happy for being who you are, but also you are happy for what you have. If each person is happy for who he is and what he has, tell me the conflict. What is the reason for conflict? Think of the society where each person happy for who he is and therefore happy for what he has. Don't say, because what he has, therefore he is happy. Then that will be miserable society. Because he is happy for who he is, therefore he is happy for what he has. Because we are happy for what we have, now we are protecting that. By chance it goes away, so more and more conflict comes. That is why the problem begins. Because we are solving the problem from the wrong end. That will not work. But if I am happy for myself, for who I am, and therefore I am happy with what I have, I will not try to encroach upon somebody. No aggrandizement, no greed, no possessiveness. Let it come, let it come. But because the person doesn't know that, and most people are ignorant, so there is a law protecting that everybody has these own boundaries, accepted norms of behavior. We should be universal again. That is why a law cannot belong to a particular type, place, or religion, different types of law for different types of people. That is why you are confused. Please understand. In a same country, there are 2-3 different laws. Some people are guided by religious laws. Some people are guided by secular laws. Naturally, there will be conflict. There is a different law for, in India itself, there is different law for Tamil people, different law for Telugu people, different law for Hindi-speaking people. What type of country it will be? Just see the confusion, just like in you. There is a blanket ban in you. What is that? I should not drink. That is the blanket ban, that is the law. But then in you, the drunkard says, concession. The father says, no. But the drunkard in you says, yes. Conflict. You don't have to analyze the whole world. Please understand. Please understand. You are a miniature universe. Inside you, there is heavy conflict. Because the battle is going on inside you, you are fighting with everybody. You can't stop fighting. The day the battle stops in you, you shall be the most peaceful person in this world. And you can happily fight any battle. Because there is nothing to gain or lose. You are a happy man. And therefore you can be the most efficient, absolutely kind and absolutely harsh, pretending to be playing the role of a very harsh man. Why? Situation demands. Situation over, that goes. That is why Bhagavan says, hey Arjuna, be happy, be yourself, then be the prince. You want to destroy? Destroy. Why? Because circumstances demand. Not you are doing it for pleasure. Animals, listen carefully, friends. When the cheetah is running behind the antelope, of course it's a sad thing for antelope. But as a spectator, what do you do? Suppose you are standing in a safari, you have gone for the jungle safari, and it so happened that at the time the cheetah starts chasing the antelope. How do you say? Lucky! Look at that, look at that, look at that. But suppose you are standing, a man starts chasing another man with a gun or with a sword. Will you enjoy that safari? You will faint. Why? No man must do it. There is a natural justice there. Because the cheetah will not kill for pleasure. When human beings also do not kill for gain. Another kingdom I should take. No, that is yours, this is mine. If you attack mine, then I said okay. In self-defense I am fighting. But what happens? Bullies, criminals, greedy, rogues, call them terrorists, call them fanatics, do whatever you like. They are not comfortable with their own thing. They must go to another country. It's like colonization. If you are comfortable with your own island or your own little country, why are you going to rule over other countries? For what? Why should you rule over? You manage your own little country, manage your own little house. Why should you go? Or a religion which desires to civilize everybody. Why do you consider the whole world is uncivilized and your thinking is the only civilized thinking? And if your thinking is civilized thinking, why must you impose your thinking on others? Either by coercion or by inducement. For what? Sing your song. If somebody takes it, fine. Doesn't take it, fine. Why the world is in trouble? Because you hold on to something. My religion is best, my God is best, my kingdom is best, my way of thinking is best. The person is not satisfied with his own little kingdom. So he wants to go there, and that is where the Middle Ages, aggressive nomads, barbarians, going everywhere, imposing themselves. The peace-loving societies, they were overrun by these people. You can be religious fanatics and do it. World history is too full of these incidents. Please appreciate. If you are comfortable with yourself, you shall not go to destroy somebody, possess something. You are happy in your room, think. You can go from infinity to finite, swing like that. If you are a happy child, happy person, happy boy, happy young man, happy woman, you are studying this, you are in your room. You shall not be unnecessarily going and bushing into everybody, bumping against everybody. Talk. What are you doing? What are you doing? Restless, miserable, pained. That is why cannot keep quiet. It is just like then colonizing other people's time. You understand the miniature colonization, miniature aggressiveness. Because you are restless. Sitting down, suddenly say, where is that girl? A thought comes. Or where is that boy? Ooh, gone there. Simply looking at it. Or, I'm feeling bored. Okay, go out. Then somebody says, will you like to go for a walk? Now, what is your problem? Did anybody ask you to invite you for a walk? No. Then why are you inviting? Please see. A restlessness of an individual, you can stay in a room. And you are a king, you cannot stay in a kingdom. You are a businessman, you cannot stay quiet with your little business. It depends on the role. So if you are a religious person, I want more, more, more. Somebody's restlessness drives everybody crazy. Call it a greed, incompetence, emptiness, drives everybody crazy. Why? Because you are empty. The story goes, when Alexander the Great came to India, the command that was given to everybody was, when he is passing, everybody should stand up. But there was no one person on the road lying down. He did not get up when the army was passing. So immediately he was picked up. How can he defy the order of the emperor? He was put into the jail. Then, of course, he won't even walk. He is lying down, he even get up. So the soldiers have to carry him and take him. And then put in the jail. And then everybody thought, somebody reported to Alexander that this fellow is supposed to be a wise man, a monk, a sannyasi. And his teacher, they say, Aristotle had told him to bring Ganges water, tulsi, and a wise man if possible. Then he said, maybe this fellow is the wise man. So he goes to him in the morning, next morning. And there are stories, true or false, God knows. One point is to be highlighted, I am going to do that. Then he goes there, sees him, yes. I am happy to meet you here. Can I do something for you? He said, you cannot do anything. He tells Alexander the Great, emperor, he said, anything you want, I can say, no, you can't do anything. You are a beggar. In India, there is a tradition, beggar doesn't beg from the beggar. Like barber. If a barber shaves a barber, he should not charge money because same profession. Same profession. Dhobi, the washerman, washerman's cloth, they will not charge money. Like a doctor treating a doctor, they will not, mutual, they won't charge. That type of is, it's a professional thing. So hotel people also, same way. When a hotelier stays in another person's hotel, they don't charge. It's a tradition. One bhajan is there like that also. That fisherman, the boatman, who was taking Rama in the river. When Rama said, I must pay someone, he said, no, same profession. Same profession. I am taking you across this river. You are the God. You take us across the samsara river. So do one thing. When I am dying, you make me cross so that no problem. So smart, We are the same profession. I make you cross the river, you make me cross the river. Free. No paisa charged. Anyway, so he said, in India there is a tradition, the similar profession person from similar profession will not charge. So you are a beggar, I am a beggar, so I can't beg from you. He said, why do you call I am a beggar? He said, because you are not happy with your kingdom. You want all these things along with it, then only you will be happy. Are you a beggar or a fulfilled man? Alexander was stunned. This is the person. So restlessness, what is this colonialism? Understand? Call it secular, religious, doesn't matter. The person is restless. You don't see that type of aggressiveness in this culture because nowhere they want to destroy. Nowhere. Why? Happy with themselves. I am happy with myself, but you want to come and take my kingdom. Now what shall I do? Like these Pandavas. Good boys. Everything is nice. But the legitimate share the person will not give. So what shall you do? I want to kill. Naturally you must have it. Now the person says, no, I will not fight. Because he's a good person, I will not fight. The moment you say, I will not fight, do you know what are you doing? The other person's greed overtakes. If you do not do your duty, the evil, the unrighteous, the greed automatically takes over. You have to play the role. That is why this knowledge. You are happy with yourself, so don't think you are killing or getting killed. Or suppose you are just, forget now killing and kill. That's a big thing. Same example, same way. Suppose you are a student leader, you are a teacher, you are a group leader. Just take any example. You are a group leader. One person, the law is that the expectations from the participant is nobody must smoke. But one fellow is smoking. Now the group leader is told, he is smoking, let him smoke. Huh? Why? If I say, he will not like it. So because you don't want to develop a personal like and dislike, right? Therefore you won't tell him that? No, you are not telling him as a friend. You are telling him as a group leader. Don't do this. But when do you do that? You take that role of group leader so seriously that you are the group leader, and if he doesn't do, you are affected. No, I'm a happy man, I'm a group leader. Don't do it. Why? Just don't do it, because you are not supposed to do it. No aggressive. Suppose the person says that, no, I will do that. No, you are destroying everybody else. So ask everybody else to stop it. Take the thing, seize the thing, throw it out. You understand? It's a miniature kingdom. Your room, please appreciate, your room is your empire. Your body is your kingdom. And inside your head, there are million people milling around. You don't need an outside kingdom to be insane. Your thoughts are good enough to drive you to total insanity. Nothing to worry. Because you go insane, you come out into the world to somehow develop some sanity. By seeing or meeting similarly insane people. You are crazy for something, the other person is crazy for something. You, birds of same feather, flock together. Then you make a group. In ashram, why is it that everybody should sit down in a room? We are 3 people, we will be always Girivalam. So here's a Girivalam Koteri. Right? You understand what I'm talking. It all happens inside. Living is all about playing the role. And in order to play the role, you must see yourself as you are. Hey Arjuna, Veda, Avinasinam Nityam, Yainam Ajamabhyam, Yaha, whoever he may be, Enam Ajam Avinasinam Veda, one who knows this unborn, indestructible self, the awareness as his own nature. Katham sa purusha partha kam ghatayeti hanti kam. Sapurusha, such a person, one who is aware of this knowledge, how does he feel that he is hanti, he is killing, or making somebody to be killed, or organizing somebody to be killed? Meaning neither he kills, nor he organizes somebody to be killed, nor he feels killed. It's a huge role. This is wisdom in action. Angry, you are not angry. Jealous, you are not jealous. Happy, smiling, you are not smiling. These are relative terms. Crying, you are not crying. Angry, you are not angry. Just like a role play. On the stage, You are putting up intense emotions. The moment you step out of the stage, absolutely relaxed, you smile and say, did I do it well? Ah. In the human relationship, exact like that. Every moment so conscious. That is why if you are carrying on, listen carefully, that is why if your emotions are carried on, your feelings are carried on, you are not playing the role. You are being pretentious. Because inside you are miserable. It's being carried on. You are carrying your anger, carrying your jealousy, carrying your vengefulness, carrying your insult, carrying your humiliation, or carrying a good moment of excitement inside. That is why your whole head is full of these things. Who feels loaded? One who carries a lot of these emotions. Who feels light and empty? The person who never carries anything. That is why your movement will show. Are you literally blowing like a breeze, or you are heavy like a rock? When these thoughts are loaded in your head, you cannot even move. And when such thoughts are loaded in your head, you shall be very selective. Whatever your thought, only those situations, not any time, anywhere. Happy with yourself. Understand? Yeah, hey Arjuna, whoever he may be. Avinashinam ajam atmanam veda, knows himself, which is unborn, indestructible. Sapurusha, kamahanti, to whom does he kill? Kam ghatayati, to whom he, as though makes somebody to kill. Is like Krishna is asking him to kill, no. So people will say as though he ghatayati. You understand? Ghatayati means one who makes others to kill. Marane wala. Marne wala, marane wala. One who is killing and who is making others kill. No. You hurt somebody, you ask somebody else to hurt somebody else. None of these things happen again, because you know you cannot touch anybody. From the standpoint of the Absolute, I am as divine, as infinity, as immortal, as absolute as anybody else. Na gurur naiva sishyah chidananda rupa shivoham shivoham. There is no teacher, no student, one absolute consciousness. But when it comes to Bevahar, when you are doing your Bevahar, living in this world, somebody is a teacher, somebody is a student, somebody is a driver, somebody is a passenger, somebody is a... Are you getting that point? Each one according to the role playing. I may be the managing director of the Air India, but when I am flying, I better obey the rule of I better obey the pilot. I may be the Prime Minister of the country, but when I am traveling, I better obey the security system of the police. Understand? You may be the most powerful man in your office, but the moment you get down, vulnerable. You are a walker, passenger. Can you be that flexible? Role playing is that flexible. There is nothing which you cannot do. And there is nothing which you cannot do, and there is no such thing which you must do. Ha! Ask yourself a question. There is no such thing which you cannot do. And there is no such thing which you must do for your happiness' sake. No. If it is done, excellent. Not done also, doesn't matter. Always happy with yourself. That is why ultimate, the language that Nistrai Gunyo Pathivicharatam Ko Vidhi Ko Nisheda. The people who travel in this path of the Absolute, for him there are no do's and don'ts. He goes beyond do's and don'ts. Therefore it does not makes him a despot. No. He's so, therefore don't suddenly feel, Sachachari, whatever he feels like, Swaichachara, whatever he feels like he does it. No, don't drag it that way. Because people don't understand it is. It's like, please see, you go on left side or the right side. The governor of the state, any side he likes. But therefore does he create a traffic jam somewhere? The judge is given the power to hang anybody. Therefore should he hang anybody he likes? With that comes the responsibility. When you are aware of yourself, do's and don'ts automatically drop out. There is no roles. The do's and don'ts apply for the roles. So you follow the roles of the rule. You follow the rules of the roles, not roles of the rule. Okay, roles of the rule also. You follow the rules for the roles. And happily follow the rules of the rules. Happily follow. You are not supposed to talk now for next 5 hours. Okay, no 5 hours. You are not supposed to eat today. Okay, not to eat. You are supposed to eat today only these things. Okay, supposed to eat these things. Go around the hill. Okay, go around the hill. Today you sit down in your room. Okay, sit down in your room. Who can follow the rules? One is contented with himself. When you are restless, you can never follow any rule. You can never follow any rule in your life. Impossible. Forget other people's rules. You shall set a rule for yourself and you will gloriously break it. Forget other people. You shall say, I will not do it. Next moment you do it. I will never get angry. Next moment exploding. I will not talk to that person. Next moment you are talking. Why? You don't know what you are talking. Are you getting that point, please? Restless. Because the person is not aware of himself. In being yourself, there is no restlessness. There is total restfulness. Therefore, you play the role. Which role you can play? There is no role which you cannot play. If I am the prince, and it demands that I must protect my country, I'll give it with my life. Depends on what position you find yourself. Depends. Are you getting that? Depends on what position you find yourself with. That is why, if we are worried about Prime Minister's responsibility, something wrong with us. The Prime Minister should do that. Why don't you become Prime Minister and do it? This is why tall talk, useless talk. Our own role we are not fulfilling. Let the person who is in charge worry. Why should we worry? Your worries adds to other people's worries, doesn't solve the problem. If each one does his responsibility, just think of it, it's like a kitchen. Your job is to cook, you cook. Somebody has to wash the plate, wash the plate. Somebody quietly come, eat and go away, eat and go away. 12 o'clock, 12 o'clock. No, somebody comes 12 o'clock now, 1:30. Why? Very correctly restful. Wash your one plate and go away? No. Go. Just think of it. The person who is supposed to cook is in a mood. The person who is supplying the vegetable doesn't come in time. Electricity person has to supply, they don't do it. You understand? In a macro confusion, micro and macro. In your own house, electricity fails, you don't know what to do. the total supply is erratic, you don't know what to do. Whoever says anything, they don't do it. How do you do? How do you live your life? Whoever says whatever, they don't do. The breakfast person doesn't prepare breakfast at the right time. The person is supposed to eat doesn't go in right time. What will happen? Beautiful harmony, right? No, each one must do his part. And to play your part, don't worry about others. You do your part and see what happens. And if you are in the top supervising, you have got a right to point out everybody's mistake. But not for my personal satisfaction. I am doing it because this is to be done. So you are not angry. You are using anger, you are using love, you are using affection, you are using little punishment, you are using everything. It's like happily sitting down there, it's just like the, the sculptor. The sculptor has got 30, 40, 50 varieties of these chisels. 30, 40 varieties of chisels. Some are very rough, some are very sharp, some are very, smooth, some are very different type. Which one you are using? He is sitting down quietly, rough one. That very rough part of the wood, sharp one. Watch out with that cotton, so very dull one. But sharp, no? He is sharp. No, he is not sharp. That instrument is sharp. He is cool. It's a beautiful exam. Do you understand? Million emotions are given to you for that, because you are a beautiful sculptor. And you are sculpting so many things out of it in the world. What emotion you shall use? Whichever one is needed. Sometimes anger is needed. But the person says, oh, you are so angry. Yes, I am. Thank you. Because you are using the anger. So when somebody says you are angry, you don't take it on yourself. Because you are using the anger. So you are smiling and say, yes, I am angry. Thank you. Whatever the person says, let him say. It doesn't make any difference. Problem comes, please see. Suppose, just give an example. Suppose I am a teacher. I am aware of myself. Supposed to be aware. Just think of it. Suppose I am a person, I am aware of myself, and I know what I am going to talk, what I am doing. So I thought he is a student, he is doing something wrong. So I advise you, hey, don't do these things. Now you get angry. Huh? How can he talk to me like that? That means you are already assuming that you know everything. Now if you know everything, then don't ask for advice again. Don't ask for advice again. If you know everything, don't ask for advice. No. You want it on your terms. When I want, I should take. When I don't want, I shouldn't take. What is this? Grow up. The person must see it in himself very, very clearly. If you are unconscious, you cannot play your role, because you cannot respect your own rules, forget other people's rules. You look at your own life and see how many things you have decided to do and how many things you have not how many things you have decided to do and how many things you have not been able to keep up. You wanted to get up at a particular time, you don't get up. You want to write certain things, you don't write. You want to go around the hills every once in a week, you don't do. You should eat less, you eat more. You should reach on time to the kitchen, you don't. You are not supposed to gossip about others, continuous gossiping, that's the only talk. You are not supposed to look at somebody else's life, what he is doing or not doing, that is the only job I have. All these rules you have fixed for yourself. How much of it to follow? Nothing. Why? Restless fellow. Now, if such a person is coming in towards you heavily, suppose you say, don't do that. Suppose you say, you are supposed to say, don't do that. But then, if you are an unconscious person, you get angry with the person's behavior, and your unconscious is telling, don't do that. Then there is an argument between the two. Because he is unconscious, you are unconscious. You said, don't do. He says, I must do. Both are unconscious. Fight. If you are a conscious person, you don't allow the other persons to do anything to you. And you tell him, no, don't do this. The person feels afraid or affected. He says, why are you feeling affected? You be restless. Who tells you not to be? Did I tell you not to be? But I don't like that aspect of your life. You can do that, but I can't be a part of it. When you are in a good mood, you want to do something, come, I am there for you. Absolutely clean. If you are a conscious person, understand. Are you getting that? If you are a conscious person, you don't get dragged by other person's unconscious behavior. Make it clear. Oh, I will hurt them. Don't worry about it. With the other person is unconscious. He doesn't know. And if it is hurting them, it better also hurts them. Why? So that he understands. Yes. That is why the person will get wild also. It's like when Arjuna fights the battle, of course it will hurt them. They will be more violent. You should be able to fight it out also. That is why organized goodness. Your personal battle you can fight, and the global, social, national battle also can be fought. Only if your personal battle is won over, understand. When your personal battle you win over, you are the conqueror. You can fight social, national, global battles. Depending on thereafter what position you occupy. First you must be aware of yourself. Then you are the head of first your family, your battle in yourself is own. Then you are a head of a family, the family will be blessed. You are head of an organization, that organization will be blessed. You are head of a society, the society will be blessed. You are guiding a country, the nation will be blessed. You are guiding the globe will be blessed. Because here is a person who has absolutely no sense of defeat. A master walking the earth. Happy with himself. And therefore, there is no partiality, there is no personal considerations, there is no weakness, personal emotions. Please understand. When you get angry, when your personal emotions are not allowed to be expressed, your personal motives, your personal wishes are not fulfilled, that is the time you get angry. Personal, very personal wishes. What is that? If somebody doesn't talk loud, that makes me happy. Why? Because I am so disturbed that I want a particular person to behave in that way. Now what does it mean? You want the whole world to be according to your picture. You have a picture and the whole world must fit into that. Will it ever happen? That is your personal world. And if you want to do it, you cannot impose. Suppose you have a beautiful personal picture inside, but you can't impose. You can fix your trees according to that, fix the road according to that, fix the houses according to that, but you cannot fix human beings according to your likes and dislikes. You cannot, because the other person also is a living entity, he also has likes and dislikes. So if you are somebody totally free from your likes and dislikes, then other people will slowly come around you. Despots means what? Road rolling means what? I'm the man of the house. I'm the one of the house. I'm the owner of the house. I earn money. So whatever I say must learn, must run. What happens? Family is destroyed. Children run away, husband runs away, wife runs away, because one man's despotic decisions must be followed. Nobody is there. Whether you are taking into account other people's interest or not, can be clearly seen from your behavior. And the behavior is, you look at yourself and ask for yourself, are you doing it for your satisfaction or for everybody's satisfaction? Ask yourself the question, are you doing it for your satisfaction or everybody's satisfaction? When I am expressing my displeasure, my anger, it is because I can't take it or the person made a mistake. So confusing these things, so confusing. You stand there, just think of it. You stand there, any example you can take a kitchen example, food example, anywhere. How many examples I can give? You must see it for yourself. You are sitting down there, suppose there is another person eating, and continuously eating like that. In your head there is a picture. The people who eat like that are uncivilized. Just an example. Then doing like that also. Then drinking some water also. How do you feel? So angry. You can also be amused. If you are conscious, you shall be amused. If you are unconscious, you will be angry. If you are conscious, you are amused. Really stupid. But anyway, that is how he is. You shall be compassionate. If you are unconscious and too much of tight inside you, you are the only one following every rule and you know the rules of the civilization. Don't eat like an animal. Now will he change? If you say don't eat like an animal, are you behaving like an animal or a human being? You think you are teaching them behavior. This is teaching behavior. Teaching him behavior is smile with him. Idiot. What is this? The fellow will be eating. Then afterwards he finishes it up, he will automatically come to you. What did I do? Nothing. You should not be eating like that. It doesn't look nice, Okay. You will change. Because you are doing it with love and affection. But if you are sitting down, I am Mr. Right, and everybody is my Mr. Wrong, finished. Nobody will change. It happens, it comes from you again. Understand? Please, why am I going into so much detail for that? Because we will fly through our verses later on. But please appreciate, this is all about role playing. The language of killing is not that Krishna is forcing him to kill. That, as I told you, is a verb. Contextually, it is a language of battle. But in reality, it is what? Oh, Swamiji, if I say, suppose I say, go and tell that fellow not to do. Suppose he feels bad, don't worry about it. Kang hatayeti hantikam. Who feels hurt, who is hurting? You think you are hurting somebody? Your role is playing. Why don't you understand you are playing your role? Yeah, that is right. Then, why do you feel that you are doing something? Your role is asking. Yes. The moment you think you are doing, you feel remorseful, disrespected. If it is followed, if it is not followed, you feel disrespected. And then you get angry also. But if you think role is doing, I have done my part. If they did not follow, what can I do about it? Absolutely cool at all times. So who is hurting whom? Nobody. Neither you can hurt, nor the person can feel hurt. Neither you are hurting, nor somebody can hurt. Why? Brahman, absolute awareness itself. But the roles must be fixed up. The policeman says, stop. The driver says, see, me only will stop. Others he let go. He doesn't look at the drivers. He looks at the light. He stopped. He only stops us, but lets others go. Huh? Your interpretation can be so personal. People are traveling, stop it. Suppose you have an idea, this fellow doesn't like me, Like, many people feel in immigration counter. As you are going there, because I'm an Indian, because I'm black, or because I'm white, because I'm green, that is why they are stopping. For a change, sit down there and see for yourself. Every type of fellows are called there. First time when I was going there, God's grace, no such problem. When you go in the travel, when I'm traveling, I'm a passenger. The person will go through that, okay, go through that. Go and sit down there, okay, go and sit down there. What do you think, who am I? You are a passenger, who are you? What's so big deal? Finish the job and go. Shall I allow one $2,000 worker to spoil my $100,000 trip? That fellow is doing his work. He is not God. He has to look at everybody's luggage. He has to he has to be suspicious of everybody entering into his country. That's why he is paid for. So if he asks me 10 questions, what does he do personally gain from me or lose from me? And I am absolutely clear. So why am I worried? He is doing his job. So 5 minutes more. So what? What is the world is going to fall? Life is fantastic. You don't create your obsession. Are you getting that? But suppose you have an idea. I'm an Indian, I know they will create a problem for me. And you go there, see, you get so angry. I'm a man or I'm a woman. Feelings comes, no? Feelings comes. I'm Indian, he's a foreigner. So, see, there is a discrimination Indian foreigner. I'm Oriya, he's from Tamil. He's a Tamil Oriya, He's a Malayali, I'm a North Indian. You carry this, understand, you carry that idea inside you, you shall be feeling persecuted for no reason everywhere. You carry that. The moment you carry that inside you, nobody need to persecute you. Anything happens, Indians, they don't like. Is you have that in your head? But if your head is always, I am the absolute, kam ghatayati hantikam. Karoti, kareti. Who can do anything? If I take the role of a Tamilian, Indian, I feel affected. If I am the absolute, playing the role. Standing up for your right is not violence. Following the rule is not insubordinate. Following the rule is not slavery. Following the rule. Why? Everybody follows, I follow. And if there is injustice, talking about it is not insubordination. This is what it is. Okay, tell me what it is. It's beautiful. But it can be micro and macro. Micro, in individual life, when you say, don't do it, person to person. As a prince, as a king, as a prime minister, when you say, don't do it, it's a fighting between two countries. So what role are you playing? Are you a king? Play a micro role. Wherever you are, that is why you must be very conscious. If you are the absolute, then depend on the role. By your action, how many people will be affected? That is why even ignorant man, understand the example I was giving you. Remember that. The same little bullet, little bullet. I throw, you throw. I throw, you throw. Nobody dies. Ping pong, ping pong. You throw, I throw, ping pong. But when I throw it to you, I was waiting. Then I saw you are bringing out a gun from your pocket. You are pulling out a gun and you are pulling it. Shall I stand there? I'll run for my life. Why? Because it's a gun when it's that same little bullet, but when it's delivered through a powerful gun, oh boy, I am finished. Right? You are angry, I am angry. No problem. But then tomorrow I discover you are sitting on the commissioner of police chair. Oh. Now I am afraid of you. Why? Because yesterday I made you angry. Now that anger will come to me through the commissioner's chair. You understand? Do you really understand? Why people are afraid of making the superiors, higher up people angry? Because if I make the other person angry, it doesn't matter. But if the fellow, the top boss angry, oh, fired. So never make him angry. See how smart game people play? Your anger means nothing to anybody. Your husband doesn't care, wife doesn't care, children don't care. But suppose you are a prime minister of a country and you are angry, the whole country will be destroyed. Your anger delivered through the position. So if you have an emotion, angularity, and that is expressed through position, depending on what position you occupy, that many people will be affected by it. And if you are a good person, very good person, only one person is enjoying your goodness. Suppose you are in a top position, that many people will enjoy your goodness. That is why wise people must be occupying better position. Or the wisdom, how is he going to express? I am a wise man, but I am alone with two people. So those two people and me will have the time of our life. Because I know exactly how to organize everything. Suppose I am the Prime Minister, the country will have the time of his life. Suppose you are a rogue, you will have a tough time, you will give tough time to everybody. Two people, no problem. But the rogue now is Parliament. Out of 500 people contesting Indian Parliament, some 200 or something like that are full of criminal records. Now when they reach that position, what will happen? Today, to be a politician, you must be a man of crores. You think they are going to look after the poor people? But the poverty shall be exploited to make them rich. Now the government becomes an NGO. The government becomes an NGO. Or NGOs, many non-governmental agencies, selling literally selling all these religious organizations. They sell poverty, exploit poverty. In the name of poor people, they'll collect millions of billions of donation, and what happens? Just like religious organization doing it, now the politics become the religion of the new generation. So everybody is moving into that, literally overtaking. Criminals taking over. They'll use that chance to make themselves rich. What type of kings are there? Only when you are aware of yourself. A leader of your life, won over the battle inside you. Then you take over. Individual's life, social life, national life, global positioning. It doesn't make any difference. World will be fantastic. That is why when you do that, you don't feel bad. That whom am I hurting, not hurting? You can't. You are playing a role. You are not hurting people. You are playing a role. Don't also take the credit for, oh, I am helping so many people. No, don't take. Just like you don't hurt people, don't take the credit for I am rewarding people. Either of the way. Both way. I can't hurt anybody. Why? Everybody is absolute. Nor can I give anything to anybody. Why? Everybody is absolute. Fantastic role play. Then you are the master. Okay? We shall see on that, more of it in the afternoon. Please take it. See for yourself. Are you playing your role? Wherever you are. Now you are sitting down as a student. Get out as a friend. Go to the kitchen as a person is eating. Going to walk, walking. Do the exercise, exercising. Whatever you are doing, you are perfect, happy. Please see this. then only the knowledge will be a blessing. Or else, whole life is a mess. One side is, I am the Brahman. Don't worry. You must be Brahman. You have a mistake, not Brahman, absolute. You have to watch out. Why people are such disintegrated? Who doesn't have the information? How long it takes to pick up information, I am Brahman? One class. Just one class. One lecture you can listen. You are the absolute. After that what happens? Life is all about role play. Ishvara. Okay? Please see that. Be a little more conscious. Two things that is to be done by you at a particular time. That is all sadhana is all about. There is no personal weaknesses, wishes. As I want to be myself. Close your eyes.